This is the revenge game for the Bills. They lost in the playoffs due to a coin flip, and this is part of the Super Bowl revenge tour.
Hello, everybody. I'm Brandon Tierney. This is week 6 of Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is, brought to you by BetMGM. Now, what's the deal? Pretty simple. Each week, we've got two professional sports cappers compete against each other. The objective, to make you loot. We'll find best bets for week 6. I'll decide who earns the cash, and at the end of the show, we'll throw down one big bet for Sunday's Cowboys-Eagles game. All right, Danny Brasco is back. We saw him in week 1, but if you missed it, Danny, tell us about yourself. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, Brandon? Name's Danny Brasco. You can find me on Instagram at Brasco_bets. Been a pro sports bettor for over 5 years now. I'm known as the king of the under, and if you caught me on episode 1 of this show, I won damn near every bet I gave out. So happy to be back. Let's make some more money.
Yeah, I've been tracking you, man. You've been pretty hot this football season. Let's keep it up. Keep the mojo. Now, this guy is my teammate at the Fan, and I know he's bringing energy. Hopefully, he's going to win bring some winning bets. Sal Licata. What up, Sal?
BT, I've been gambling my whole life, not professionally, of course. I'm just an amateur, but hopefully we have some winning bets here with your average Joe's type logic here.
All right, boys. One thing we do, we track the bets and we play for something. Brasco, what are we playing for?
This time it's going to be winner gets to select the loser's profile picture for social media. So I got to come out with the win and not lose my rep.
Oof. Oh, and listen, if Sal loses, Aaron Judge. Put Aaron Judge up there, right? Now, last week, you might recall, Tino lost the game, so he had to braid his mullet, and I'm guessing it didn't go very well. Well, not for him, probably well for us. Let's check it out.
What's up, guys? Tino Patino here, and unfortunately, the Ravens did not cover the spread in last week's game by 1 point, so that means I am the loser of Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is, and my punishment is to get my epic mullet braided by Nova James Hair Studio on Long Island. Here we go.
I got to tell you what, Tino, I'll give you some points. You certainly one-upped Connor from the week before, who kind of half-hearted it. You don't look good, but you got some heart, buddy. Respect. All right, boys, let's move it in. A little quick fire. First up, this one's going to be worth $30. Danny, I'm coming to you first. Now, I built a 4-leg plus 744 money line parlay, obviously on BetMGM, and here's how I'm going to roll. So, which team's going to ruin it for me? I've got the options. I've got the Bengals at minus 130 in New Orleans. I've got the Colts at minus 135 against the Jaguars. You never know what you get with the Jags. That's an interesting one. I've got the Browns at minus 150 against the Pats. And I've got the Vikings at minus 155 down in Miami, who just lost to my Jets. So that's a 4-legger right there. Brasco, what's going to ruin it?
You got some tough games in there. You picked some tight ones. Jags Colts is concerning to me. AFC South is up for grabs. And the narrative on both teams coming in is that they've underperformed, especially the Jags losing to the Texans. So I think people will be weighed down on them. But they're right there with the Colts, and I think any team is liable to beat any team in that division. So that might be the one to spoil it for you, unfortunately.
All right, so let's see. $30 on the table. Sal, which one do you think I messed up on? What do you have?
You cannot bet against Bill Belichick. Have you not learned anything, BT? As a lifelong Jets fan, you're still going against Bill Belichick. You've seen what he's done here. Backup quarterback, third-string quarterback. I know Cleveland could run the football. They also have an inept head coach. They've had one of the worst losses you could ever imagine. You are betting against Bill Belichick and taking the Cleveland Browns to boot. That, to me, is where I think you're going to lose that parlay.
Hey, you know what? Listen, we've had this conversation over the years, and generally it applies. I mean, you don't bet against Belichick, but I don't care what happened last week with the Pats. I'm not feeling the Pats, and I'm going to give these 30 bones out of the chute to Brasco. I think the Browns are the kind of team where you watch them 1 week, they look like a team that could, go deep, and then you watch them the next week, and they look like a doormat. I think they're on the upswing this week. Brasco, $30 in your pocket. All right, next up, $40 it's worth here, guys. So right now, BetMGM has Saquon at minus 250 in terms of odds to win the Comeback Player of the Year award. This is a good question. Who is number 2 in terms of the odds? What NFL player is behind Barkley right now, shortest odds comeback player? Brasco, give it a shot.
A.J. Brown.
Okay, receiver Mr. A.J. Brown. Mr. Sal Licata, which way are you going here? You should notice one. You should notice one. You've talked about him a lot.
Comeback play. Daniel Jones?
You know what? Not a bad guess. And it's going to kill you when I say it because you've talked about him a lot over the years like me. Geno Smith.
Oh, my goodness
that's an
gracious.
obvious one. Yeah, 100%.
Right?
We both should have got that one, Geno.
Yeah. Geno's bowling. I mean, I got to be honest. Is Geno actually a competent quarterback? I know he had nothing with the Jets, but I know he's not a star. I don't think this is all smoke and mirrors. I actually think the guy's decent.
It can't be smoke and mirrors at this point, because through the first 4 weeks prior to last week, he had the highest completion percentage for any NFL quarterback through 4 weeks in history. So it can't be all smoke.
All right, so we go to the final one here. $30 for Brasco. Sal sitting on the donut. And this one's interesting because it's a timing thing. So, Sal, I'm going to ask you to name 8 players on an NFL roster. This one's for 50. The catch, though, is that Danny is going to select the team that requires you to pick the 8.
All right, let's make it achievable. Let's go name 8 Falcons.
DeMarcus Mariota, Cordell Patterson. They just traded Deion Jones. AJ Terrell, that's 3. Younghoe Koo, the kicker, that's 4. Grady Jarrett.
There you go.
Grady Jarrett is 5. Omedi Zacchaeus, I forget his name, number 17.
Okay.
With the pronunciation, too.
Yeah.
You got 5 seconds, Licata. Let's go, Sal. 5 seconds, man.
Algier, the running back, is 1.
That's it. He comes up short. Now, listen, I got to tell the whole world here, this guy's a Falcons fan. He's a Falcons fan.
I was a Falcons. I still am a Falcons fan, but I don't watch them the way that I used to.
All right, guys, round number 2, we call it a little Did They Know. Now, we went to a Ravens tailgate party. We dropped a little trivia, and we want to know how much these Ravens fans know about their team. Sometimes you get put on the spot. It's hard to come up with stuff, so it's not as easy as we think. $40 a question, okay? Let's meet Thomas. Here we go.
2012, winning the Super Bowl. For sure, definitely. Flacco's postseason run. That was awesome.
All right, guys, we asked Thomas this. Since John Harbaugh took over as head coach of the Ravens, has the team had over or under 2.5 losing seasons? Sal, why don't you take this first if you think he gets it right?
I think he does not get it right. I don't think he should, but I don't think he's going to get this one right.
All right. How about yourself there, Brasco?
I agree. I think he's going to get it wrong and just be bullish and say that the Ravens have been the greatest team of all time. Maybe he's incorrect about this one.
Well, let's see if you guys nailed it. Here we go.
Under.
All right, so he's locked in with his team. The answer was under. The number is 2. Okay, so no points assigned there. Here we go. Corey and Kelly, your turn at the plate. Let's meet them.
Corey.
I'm Kelly.
Dad's had season tickets since they started, so yeah, I guess 96.
All right, guys, it's 80-0 on the scoreboard. Brasco's got the lead. Here's the deal. We ask a little something about Lamar Jackson. Corey and Kelly, of course. In which year did Lamar win the Heisman? He played at Louisville. Phenomenal career. Great player. Freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior? Brasco, do you think they got it right collectively?
Oh, they must have. I mean, look at the fit. This guy's a Lamar guy. They're loyal Ravens fans. They know. They got to know what they're talking about.
All righty, Sal.
No chance. Now, it's just a guess. They'd be on a whim, and there's a good opportunity there with the multiple choice. No chance they knew what year he won the Heisman.
All right, we got conflicting views. Money might be on the table. Let's hit it. See what's up.
I think he's a senior.
Go for it. I don't know. I say junior.
I'm just gonna say senior. Sophomore. Oh, damn.
All right, guys, they did not get it right. 25% chance to actually nail it. They said junior and senior year, and they couldn't get it right. It was a sophomore. So, Sal, you got $40. You thought that they would miss, and Brasco, you get nothing there. So Sal cuts it in half, 80-40. Brasco on the scoreboard. And finally, guys, we've got Rachel, Pete, and Allison. A threesome. What can go wrong?
I'm Rachel.
I'm Pete.
Allison. Favorite memory is. Come on, everybody knows. Jacoby Jones. Catching that pass.
Yeah,
I don't even know
of
what year it was to send us to the playoffs or the Super Bowl.
All right, guys, this one could be a needle mover here. Pivotal spot in the game. I'm just saying. Now, we gave them 4 iconic Ravens jerseys numbers and asked them to match the player to the name. Brasco, level of faith that they get it right. What do you think?
I don't know. In all 3 of those noggins, I still don't think they get it right.
I'm kind of leaning your way, but we'll see. Sal, do you disagree?
Yeah, I love to go opposite here, try to gain some points. That's and they should be able to get it if you're big Ravens fans. Match the name to the number. I don't think they will.
All right, so 0 for 2. Actually, throw me in there. 0 for 3. Let's go.
52.
Ray Lewis. Yes.
5.
Joe Flacco or Hollywood.
31.
Jamal Lewis. Yeah, Jamal.
86.
Oh, that's Heat, right? Thank you. Okay. Okay. I know that at least. Don't let me hate you. At least we do that.
Look at us.
Wow.
Three dopes. They got it right. All right. Number 52, Ray Lewis, obviously. Flacco, number 5. 31, Jamal Lewis. 86, obviously, Todd Heap, the tight end. All right, guys. Best pickup line. That's what we call this. How does it work? Well, I've identified 3 marquee games. I'm going to throw it at you, and you're going to pick out something that you love, a favorable play, prop, otherwise, whatever it is, and we'll attach a $50 value to each one. You ready to rock?
Sure.
All right, Brasco, you're up first here. Ravens, Giants.
So I'm actually going to lay the -5 and play the Ravens in this one against my Giants. And namely, what's alarming to me is where the line opened up. The Giants are coming off a win over the Packers. We're 4-1 now, I say. There's some bias in my heart there, and I have to fade it because I know that while it's more than fool's gold, it feels like this is bait from the books to take a big plus money number at home. Why is the line so far apart? It should be shorter. The Ravens barely snuck away with a win over the Bengals. I feel like there's a little bit of an overreaction to the Giants and an underreaction to the Ravens.
Sal, which way you leaning here? Ravens, G-Men.
I'm not as confident laying the 5.5 with the Ravens. I think the Giants can be dangerous here. We've seen that so far. Well-coached team. They're always dangerous. Keep it close to the vest. Run the football. Dable, Wink Martindale going up against his former team. So the thing, if I had to pick a winner that I love, with that spread, I wouldn't take the Ravens, but with the money line, I would. I don't see any way the Giants win again. At the end of that game, my gut feel says Giants may keep it close. They may fight hard, may be able to cover that spread. They're not beating the Ravens outright. So I would take the Ravens on the money line. I feel comfortable, 1,000% comfortable. They're winning that game outright, led by Lamar Jackson. Giants can't keep up with that, even if they can keep the spread relatively close.
I like it. Sal, I'm giving you 50 on that. A 5.5, that's too big a number to throw out there. Giants are tricky. The crowd's going to be, absolutely like maniacs. It's a weird, quirky number anyway, 5.5. Do I think the Ravens squeeze one out? I do, and without the 5.5 to worry about, you go money line. I like the play. Sal, we're going to give you 50 on that. So Licata takes the lead, 130 to 120. Sal is up. All
you're
right.
going to need that $50 if you're betting -240 money lines because you're not going to win any money back.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Look at him. He gets a little grumpy when he's looking up on the scoreboard. I like it.
What is that? What is that?
Bills and the Chiefs. This should be a hell of a game. Give us something that you like from that matchup.
Yeah, I don't believe in Kansas City. You saw what the Raiders did to them on, Monday Night Football, where they were able to beat them up in the trenches. Raiders really should have been able to win that game. And I respect Patrick Mahomes tremendously, and Andy Reid. Buffalo's better. Dealing with a lot of injuries, I get it. I think this is the statement game for them, though, to cement what everybody believes is a Super Bowl team. I think Buffalo goes on the road. They get a big win in Kansas City. I think they get the win on the road. I believe the 3.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go on the same side as Sal here, and I do like laying the maybe -2.5. You can grab that, or you get an alternative line just in case they do win by field goal and you want to cash it. But I agree. I mean, I think that the Chiefs, after staging a big comeback, are actually going to be public home underdogs here. I think the public is going to back Patrick Mahomes as an underdog, and that's a must-fade spot for me. Agreeing with Sal here, this is the revenge game for the Bills. They lost in the playoffs due to a coin flip, and this is part of the Super Bowl revenge tour. Another feather in the cap for Josh Allen and the Bills. I think they take this one, make a big statement, and keep it moving as the true class of the AFC. Maybe the Ravens are a step behind them. The Bills are going to show they're the Super Bowl favorite this year.
I'm going to tell you this. This is a game I can't wait to watch. This is a 5-star matchup. This is not a game myself that I would bet. I know you guys make good points, don't get me wrong, but this is kind of, I'm watching, I'm not touching, so I can't assign anybody points there. You guys are both in lockstep in terms of which way you lean, so no points assigned, and as we look at the scoreboard, Sal is up 130 to 120. All right, well, this is an interesting one because with the Cardinals, you never know what you're getting, and while it's deep enough into the season, I don't know that Geno is all smoke and mirrors. We touched on that earlier. So Cardinals, Seahawks. Sal, what are you riding here?
Yeah, BT, you nailed it. I mean, do I get in bed with Geno Smith and believe in him and the Seahawks, or Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray, who I can't stand? I'm going to go with the Cardinals. I know the hot seat is ready for Cliff Kingsbury. I never liked the hire to begin with. They proved me wrong during the regular season a year ago. I just can't trust Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. I like Pete Carroll. They've done a really great job. Ultimately, though, I have to believe that the Cardinals are better. And even though they're going on the road in this game, I still feel comfortable laying that 2.5 and think Arizona is the better overall football team in what should be an ugly game. Maybe this is where Geno turns back to reality. Remember, we saw Sam Darnold last year at the beginning of the year look great, and everybody was talking about, oh, look what Matt Rule and Sam Darnold has done with the Panthers. Turns out, no, that was false. I think we're going to see similar with Geno Smith. Give me the Cardinals.
So this one's an easy one for me. I'm going to go with the over 50.5 in this one and expect a bunch of points. You take a look at the Cardinals. They kind of had a crappy game against the Eagles, and I think this is a good get-right spot against a Seahawks defense that is next to the Lions for the absolute worst in the NFL. I mean, they get burned in the secondary. And think about the Cardinals. They got players that can stretch the field. Rondale Moore, Hollywood Brown. Kyler likes the big home run play. So I think that the Cardinals are going to be able to put up points on the Seahawks, and they've showed with Geno, if he can keep it up for one more week, at least some of that Geno magic he's got, then, the Cardinals will have a dance partner that can get this game over the number 50.5. So I like points in this.
That number's a little bit too aggressive for my taste. I wouldn't touch that. Sal, I'm going to give you 50, and I'm going to tell you why. 50.5 is too rich. I can't touch that, so I think that's a bit aggressive. I wouldn't do it. Sal, you got 50, and now what do we have? It is 180 to 120. Licata is running away with this here, Sal. What's going on? Here's the final one, and it surrounds the Cowboys and the Eagles. So take your bankroll, all right? Put your money where your mouth is. Name of the show. You know how it rolls. Give me one thing that you're latching onto. All the marbles. Brasco, you've got to make up some real estate. You're first. What are you doing?
So I said at the beginning of the show, I'm the king of the under. Let's stick to my guns. Give me the under 42.5 in Cowboys-Eagles on Sunday night prime time. First of all, if you've been watching and betting in the NFL this year, you know that primetime unders are cash money. And these two defenses, I think, are going to clash at the line of scrimmage all night here. This should look like straight up trench warfare. Whoever can establish the run, whoever can beat the other line. And I really think it's going to be a gritty, nasty performance. I mean, we know what the Cowboys are doing. They're wreaking havoc in the backfield on teams. And the Eagles, I think, for all the hype that the Cowboys have with the takeaways and the defensive touchdowns, I actually think the Eagles might have as or more complete of a defense than the Cowboys. So I'm expecting them to prove that and make a statement, and these two defenses to really clash and be the center point of this game. I think points will be at a premium. So give me the under 42.5.
You laid out well, and I got to tell you, most people who just want a little action, a little sweat, throw a C note on the game, the game's on TV. Nobody really likes betting the under because betting the under is not fun. You're literally putting money, hoping nothing happens. So people are like, oh, give me the over, give me the over. But you're right. It has been a lot of unders so far in prime time. I think that's a pretty good call. Sal, what are you going to respond with here, dude? What do you have?
I'm going all in on the Cowboys. I just don't believe in the Eagles. I think that hype train is getting out of control here. All the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl. I don't believe in Sirianni, the head coach. I do like Jalen Hurts, and I do believe they could score some points. And look, they do have a good defense. They're solid, but you look at what Dallas has done with a backup quarterback here. I don't know. With that defense getting 6 points in this nasty division rivalry, I'm going to go all in, all 180 on the Cowboys +6.
All right, guys, so here's what we have. We got Brasco putting $120 on the under, which is 42.5 there. And we got Sal riding the Cowboys. Okay, interesting plays, gentlemen. Hey, you guys have fun?
It's a blast, man.
Nice job.
I mean,
nice
aside from being made to look like a fool at points throughout the course of the show, BT, sure, it was fun.
Yeah. Well, listen, that's why we like you. You got to be able to laugh at yourself. And Brasco, do me a favor. If you win, Aaron Judge profile picture right on Licata's Twitter account. Right on his Twitter account.
Easy decision.
Yeah. In a Met
nice
uniform, by the way.
No, hey, you get that juju away. You get that out of here.
No chance. All right, boys. Awesome job. There you go. That'll just about wrap it up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below with your favorite locks of the week. And make sure you head over to thegameday.com for the latest offers from BetMGM. Have an awesome week. Minimal sweats. And we'll see you soon right here.